Child, y'all not about to like my opinion on this one, but when do y'all ever? When do y'all ever? When do y'all ever? I've spoken about this before, and recent things have happened, and I know some people might be happy and jumping in joy and celebrating a victory or what you may think is a victory, but what if you found out that it's possible for all of that to go away because in 2 years everything can literally change and this whole case could be upside down? Want to talk about it? Because baby, we about to.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you. On you. Want you on my face, so shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
What's up, y'all? So some of y'all know me from doing story times, some of y'all know me from my commentary, and others of y'all know me from my spiritual tarot readings. Now, nonetheless, I have a Patreon that I want y'all to go check out because every video that I upload to YouTube is automatically flagged by the algorithm. Not to mention the fact that I'm black and LGBT, but that's a commentary video for another day, child. Okay? So over on patreon.com/ScottSantana, I want to be able to offer y'all early uploads, extended versions of videos, story times, both old and new, as well as exclusive content. Because best believe that there is a lot of tea I be wanting to get into, but I would like to keep my channel. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. So do me a favor and go sub to my Patreon. Now, also, for those that don't know, I am psychic. I'm an intuitive healer, a light worker, as some would call it. Baby, I'm gifted, okay? I used to run a channel called Alana Souls for a few years where I would put out intuitive messages, predictions, zodiac readings, but now I'm starting to transfer all of that content over to this channel and merge those entertainment and spiritual worlds. So I did want to inform y'all that I do offer personal alignment readings featuring tarot, astrology, and other divination tools. And, you know, once in a blue, y'all can catch me on live. We could get a quickie reading done as well. Now, if you're stressed out, confused in your life direction, unsure about your love life, career, money, going through your Saturn return, even if you got a fake friend of you, I can help you. I consider my alignment sessions to be spiritual therapy. Let's break you down to help build you back up. Okay, let's figure out who you are and where you come from to understand where it is that you're going. How many times in life do we get to a certain age or past a certain obstacle and wish that we would have known XYZ ahead of time? Well, now you can. So if y'all don't go book a reading with me on my website, thealignedsouls.com, and allow me to whip that butt back into shape and align you back to your highest good and highest soul, baby. I love you all for real now. And HD boo.
But let's get to the Chi-Chi, the Kiki, the internet bull.
What's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Chi-Chi. And listen, y'all can already see by the thumbnail and the title, I'm pissing bitches off today with what we're talking about, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, baby. Listen, just stay in your lane and like the video.
Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's too mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's too mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
Okay, y'all, listen, we gotta jump into this Tory Lanez shit. Now, before wait, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Because either way, y'all gonna be mad. Matter of fact, let's just jump into the article because at this point, I don't feel like I need to, give a whole deep, dark dive into everything that happened because y'all know who Megan is, y'all know who Tory is, y'all listen, y'all know everything that's going on. Now, Wack 100, some of y'all may or may not know him. I've heard good things about. Well, no, I've never heard any good thing about him. I've heard his name in regards to like Ray J and Princess, and I think like what's the boy Hitman, Young Berg being gay or something like that. Like, I don't know. That's like the only time I've heard Wack 100's name is like in the middle of controversy. Now, let me do a quick little deep dive. Like, is Wack 100? Is he like? Or am I thinking about Evelyn's husband? Let me see. Okay, so you go to Google. I said, what is Wack 100 known for? He's known for, he was a bodyguard for famous musicians like The Game and Ray J. Okay, both problematic people, but I love The Game. I love The Game. Then he became a music manager working with renowned artists such as Blue. Not Blue. Okay, so he's just problematic. I mean, everybody he fucks with is problematic. The Game, Ray J, Blueface. Listen, like, okay, so maybe this is not adding to his credibility. Like, oh my god. And then it also says Wack 100 gang history. He's a blood gang affiliate. Okay, oh, listen. This isn't helping my case. Let's just jump into the article. Child. It says Wack 100 believes Tory Lanez is innocent and will be home in 2 years, alleges that Megan Thee Stallion's ex-bestie Kelsey Harris shot her. Socialites, do you agree with Wack 100 or is he bugging? While sitting down for a conversation on his and Adam 22's No Jumper show, the Adam and Wack show. When did it become that? I could have sworn that it was just Adam's show. When did it? That gotta be new. Or maybe I definitely correct me if I'm wrong, because I know y'all going to anyways. In the comment box below, like, has that always been both of their shows, or is it like this something like a new partnership? Because I could have sworn it was just Adam 22. But okay, it says the Adam and Wack show. Both men chose their sides in the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion shooting case. As we previously reported earlier this month, Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison after being found guilty of those felonies: assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence in a 2020 shooting of the Houston rapper. At the time of the incident, Megan's ex-bestie, Kelsey Nicole Harris, was also present. And at points during the trial, it was alleged and speculated that Kelsey was the shooter, not Tory. This case took several wild turns, and in the court of public opinion, so much speculation, despite a conviction now being handed down, continues to surface. According to Wack 100, he believes that Tory Lanez is innocent and will be freed from his prison sentence in 2 years. Additionally, okay, listen, we can get all of this from the video. This caption is definitely different from the Shade Room, because, you know, like, the Shade Room will give you 3 sentences and be like, okay, view the rest on the website. Whoever writing this shit over at Hollywood Unlocked, thank you, because they giving the whole story, but it's not needed because, baby, we got the video. Of course, there's no fucking sound. Listen, we're going to have to start figuring something out. Because every single time there's no sound on any of these fucking videos, and then I always got to go to TikTok. Okay, child, just bear with me. This is crazy. Okay, I'm searching on TikTok. Child, let me put that on screen so y'all not just sitting there. I'm trying to find it on TikTok. I can't find yeah, I can't. Let me see. Tory Lanez podcast. Yeah, all of this shit is old. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna see if like the Shade Room or something else has it. Okay, so we have allhiphop.com. Shall I leave it to Google? Let's see. Do they have a video clip? Megan Thee Stallion publicly named Tory as the shooter following the trial. Unregistered firearm. Okay. Tory's innocent. He didn't do that shit. Wack 100 said on No Jumpers Adam and Wack 100 show. Wack also went on to say he'll be home in 2 years. Adam argued anyone claiming Tory Lanez didn't shoot Megan Thee Stallion essentially accepts a conspiracy theory about the case. At one point, Lane's father, Sunstar Peterson, pushed an unsubstantiated narrative that Rock Nation somehow conspired against his son. They definitely did, but okay. Who do you think shot Megan Thee Stallion? Adam 22 asks Wack 100. The longtime manager of rap rap acts like the game, and Blueface responded, Kelsey. Accidental, they're struggling for the gun. Yeah. Let's see. Is this
Adam and Wack?
Oh, nobody watching an hour and 51 minutes of the shit. Like, is there a point?
Guy, what's going on?
Hold up, because they usually like having like the description box. Let me see if I can find a timestamp. Child, all this shit make me look unprofessional. Come on, get it together, Instagram. Nah, they don't have no timestamps. Okay, I'm about to try one more time doing a Google search because I'm not about to search all day for this shit, Chad. Y'all can go watch the 2-hour video if y'all want. Okay, I think I found a good clip. We're gonna play it, but if shit ain't got no sound, oh well. Oh well. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at it.
Tory Lanez got 10 years.
Justice has been served.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Tory's innocent.
You lied to me.
Okay. Damn shame all the deep digging I gotta do for this. Okay, here we go.
Justice has been served.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Tory's innocent.
You lied to me, Wack.
Tory's innocent.
He's guilty as the day is long.
Oh, he didn't do that shit.
Yes, he did. He shot that in the foot.
He'd be home in 2 years.
2 years? Oh, that would be a travesty of justice. They're never letting him back in this country.
They gave him 10. 4 of it was a gun enhancement. He gonna beat that gun enhancement on appeal.
Okay, whatever you say.
I leave him with 6.
I'm not a lawyer. I just know that mother guilty.
How?
I mean, you have to really basically involve yourself in a conspiracy theory to say that he's not guilty. Who else shot her? Who do you think shot her?
Kelsey.
Really?
Accidental, straight struggling for the gun. Yeah.
You hear that phone call with
That
Tori?
was their gun. They told you they packed it.
The jail phone call where Tori's talking to Kelsey.
He said he was sorry that any of this happened. He's not talking about shooting. He talking about that he even got these in a love triangle.
You listen to that conversation and you tell me that he's not acknowledging that he shot her.
No, he's not.
Which is really amazing.
Never in there did he acknowledge shooting anybody.
It's amazing that Tory Lanez is so dumb and has so many friends that have basically probably been involved in crime over the years, and he still did that. He still hopped on the phone from jail and damn near confessed. And they played it in court, and it's part of the reason why he got convicted.
Tory Lanez got 10 years.
Justice has been served.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I'm gonna stop it, because pretty much by this point in time, again, like I said, everybody already knows this case and whatnot, and I definitely have an opinion on it. I've been saying my opinion the last 3-4 years that this case has been going on, and it has not changed. And my sentiments, I agree exactly with what Wack 100 says, because that's what makes the most logical sense. The thing is that this was such a publicized case and everybody got involved. And when you have these big ass cases like the Jussie Smollett or the Carly Russell or the Megan and Tory thing, it's like social media gets involved. And then once y'all get involved, y'all start fucking up the thing because y'all always involve y'all trauma within it. In order to be a good detective or in order to be a good police officer, there's a reason why when they have cases, they don't allow people that personally know a person on a case or a person that has some sort of connection to the case or the people or whatever. Like, there's a reason why you're not allowed to work on it because it's considered a conflict of interest. So it's the same thing when you have all of these largely publicized cases and then the public gets involved and then your trauma gets into it because you're not acting from a place of logic or hell, even intuition. You're acting based off a place of trauma, based off of a place of emotion. Y'all are placing yourselves in a situation. Oh my God, what if that was me that got shot? And oh my God, I used to have a boyfriend that da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, none of that fucking matters. And that's why they always tell you a lot of police to do their job. Like, y'all can have y'all opinions, but like a lot of police and the detectives and whatnot to do their job. And when it comes to this case, people wanted to see Tory away for whatever fucking reason. And I feel like a lot of the lines are being blurred. He did not get convicted and went to jail because he shot Megan. He got arrested for the fact that he was even in possession of the firearm. We can go into all the specifics and all of that. I'd rather not, because you can literally go to Google, okay? But I'm just saying, like, don't try to conflate details just because it suits your side or it suits your argument. At the end of the day, none of it fucking made sense. And anybody who's ever watched Scandal, A Day in Their Life, or How to Get Away with Murder, they literally both have said, Annalise Keating and Olivia Pope have literally said the best way to get away with winning a case is by making it as chaotic as possible to where you don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm going to get into this video that I did. I'm not going to play the video. I'm going to actually read the notes because I have felt strongly about this case, like ever since it happened, because if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you just know how I feel. Like I just can't stand when y'all move from a place of emotion and trauma. It just really annoys me because it's like all common sense, all logic, all everything goes out the window. And I just hate how chaotic the world becomes when people do that. And so I spoke about this back in November or December. And I had to write my notes down because I wanted to make sure that my thoughts were very clear, considering how passionate I am about this. And these type of topics are likely to get me canceled. But I mean, it ain't like I haven't been before. So I'm just getting to the notes. And then we're going to continue with this discussion. So, okay, so I'm going to just read it as the note says. So, we're going to go ahead and put Megan on screen. Been reading a lot of the comments on Reddit and social media, and people are missing out on a lot of things. Also, I think there's some truth to this being a smear campaign by Rock Nation to take down Tory and push Meg further, like the rumors that's out there. This is extremely long, so I don't expect many, if any, to read this. FYI, I could give a flying fuck about everyone involved personally. I just wanted to bring critical thinking back since everybody's viewing this case from prejudice, projections, and emotions. Number one, sexual history matters. Why is no one understanding that it's the court's job to not only find who's guilty, but also the motive? Has no one seen Fatal Attraction? Has nobody seen Snapped? What about America's Most Wanted? Now, let's say that Kelsey did do it. The question then becomes why? Oh, because Megan slept with not only Tory, but 3 of her other past partners. So then, yeah, the sexual history does matter. Because remember, back then, when all of that came out, and it came out that, okay, she was sitting down doing an interview with Yall, and she was lying, y'all tried to protect Black women, and why does her body count matter? Oh my God, if this was a man, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, but it's not. It's not. It's not. And y'all are quick to say every day, like, why is it that men get to sleep around and they the man, but when a woman does it, she's a hoe? Okay, so if y'all gonna have that same energy, then let's apply that to this situation. That's exactly why Megan lied, because it would make her seem like a hoe. So don't sit and say in the same breath that, oh, her sexual history doesn't matter in a case where one of the potential shooters is somebody whose partner she slept with. And that was 1 out of 3 people that she slept with. Come on. So anyone who's seen at least 5 seconds of a crime or a court TV show knows that motive is a huge part. And the court and authorities always try to figure out how people are in relation to another because it matters. Example, one shooting or one shot accident, 32 shots, that's personal, likely a cold-blooded murder or someone else close to the victim. So Meg asking why this matters is just another example of her trying to win court of public opinion, because between all the lies that make your defense weak and then wrong moves like this showing up to court with your titties out, dressed not conservatively, it's a bad look. Point number 2. Everybody was projecting and trying to make this an issue of, well, a black woman got shot. The problem with this is that lately there's been a trend of quote unquote protect black women. And I'm noticing a lot of people use it in situations to evade accountability. The fact is, yes, Meg was injured, but how we got there is important. And her constantly lying and her checkered past with industry friends and relationships matters. And when it's questioned, solely focusing on, well, she got shot, just blurs everything. And we miss out on key details that matter. Because at that point, like, a lot of people are forgetting the fact that Meg is mixy. And people were complaining about the fact that Meg was mixing. Y'all kept blaming it on, because this also goes along with the time period of, oh, well, it's Cardi B and she has a personality, in the same way that y'all dumb down female rap and just rap period to allow a person with a personality into the game. Y'all kind of did the same thing with Megan, but in terms of excusing her behavior because her parents had just died. This was all around the same time where y'all was just excusing people's behavior and talent for whatever fucking reason. Meanwhile, Meg was going around the industry terrorizing everybody. I don't have the list on hand, but there was at least like 12 to 15 people that she had fell out with within a time span of like 2 years, including like both of the city girls, Nicki. There was a point where she had some friction with Cardi, Rihanna, Drake, a couple of hairstylists, a couple of best friends. Like, it was so many fucking people. So many people. And it was like, at what point are y'all going to blame this shit on her or notice that, okay, she has a problem? Because when you think about that whole entire night, and I don't know if I mentioned it within these notes, but I'm going to just say it now. And then fuck it, I guess I'll repeat it. But the night where the fucking shooting happened, she was already on her way to leave. But she got jealous because Kylie was in the pool with Tori. So she went back to start a problem. That's how everything got started. And I know all too well from being around people and being drunk and having different friends that act differently when they get drunk. I know what it's like to be around somebody who cannot handle their liquor and likes to drink and get drunk and then turn up. And from everything that has come out about Meg, that is what it always leads to. That's what Kelsey has said. That's what EJ, her hairstylist, has said. They've all said that she likes to get drunk and become a bitch and turn up on folk. But point number 3, there's a complete difference between getting cut and someone stabbing you to death. And if Meg got hit by a bullet, ricocheting off the ground, but went around telling everybody he shot her intentionally, because again, for 2 years, that was the narrative, then that's nasty as fuck. Because it's not just about a wound. Even when arrests are made, was it harm or was it attempted murder? Because painting a very specific narrative and weaponizing Black trauma and the Protect Black Women movement to have America thinking that this man was trying to kill you when really a gun just went off and you got caught by a stray, that's wild. That's wild. That's extremely wild. Like, did I come up and take a boulder and smash it over your head, or did I throw a rock and it bounced off the door and hit you? That's two completely different situations. And then every time people try to bring up critical thinking, because that's literally what the fuck happened, then it's, oh, since when is everybody a Tory Lanez fan? Oh my God, everybody's, protecting Tory Lanez now. What about Megan? She's Black. Okay. Okay. But regardless of how this case turns out, again, yes, Meg still got injured. Keyword injured, but a gun accidentally firing or niggas playing too much. Wait, not the hard ER. Or niggas playing too much is not the same as a gun to your head, which is what has been implied for years now. Now, point number 4, everybody's also questioning Kelsey. Listen, if it's any truth to the rumors that Meg beat her up and slept with her exes, because we're not going to delete history. Again, I'm reading a note that I don't know when I wrote it, but I know the last time I edited it was November 16th, 2022. Resolution before the whole court case was wrapped up. So don't, y'all let her forget history. Y'all let her rewrite history. This is what was going on then. Everybody was questioning Kelsey. And I said, if there's any truth to the rumors that Meg beat her up and slept with her exes, okay, mind you, a simple Google search will show you a list of the countless celebrities that Meg has fallen out with in the last few years. At what point do we chuck it up to revenge and or karma? Especially when every time Meg fell out with somebody publicly, social media automatically took her side using the excuse of her losing her family and being misguided. Maybe she's just messy, no? Nobody should be getting shot, but everybody wasn't raised the same. Okay, so what's next? some accountability needs to be taken on all parties involved. But specifically for Meg, because you cannot talk spicy and continue to fuck people over and then not expect a consequence. So I can see why Kelsey probably took the hush money and wasn't here for saving Megan in court, because that became another thing. Everybody was like, that was your best friend. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we just going to gloss over. Well, yeah, of course we are. Because y'all said that Megan's sexual history does not matter. But it matters because this best friend that y'all saying she had for so many years, and why she not speaking up for her in court? She ain't speaking up for her in court because, for one, she put her hands on her the night of the shooting. And then two, she also slept with 3 of her partners. Why would I stand up for you in court at that point? Just because Meg got hit doesn't mean she isn't guilty in all of this as well. Which brings me to my next point. Point number 20 at this point. I believe Meg felt instant remorse. And this is how I felt then. I'm reading what I wrote. This is how I felt then. This is still how I felt. I believe Megan felt instant remorse after getting injured. Think of it like a school bully who talks all that shit only to someday get their ass whooped. Think academics. Yeah, somebody was hurt. Yes, it's a problem. But if you know you are known to be messy and mixy, both of which Meg publicly is known for, some would say that, well, at some point you had it coming. So then there's this guilt and shame over that. So you don't want to retaliate and send this man to jail because you realize the part that you played that got you here. But at the same time, you still hurt me. So when the state forces a child, okay, because mind you, Meg did not want to speak up. She said, oh, because of the black man and, the cops and and y'all ate right into it. Y'all ate right into it because it was the height of civil unrest and George Floyd and and y'all ate right into it. So again, I feel like, what if there's some guilt and shame over that? So you don't want to retaliate and send this man in jail because you realize the part that you played that got you here. But at the same time, it's like you still hurt me. So when the state forces a trial, which is what the state ended up doing, and then they forced Megan's hand, now she probably in a state where it's like, I'm publicly embarrassed and forced to comply. So I'm going to do whatever to see you suffer as payback. But because this all truly started with me, I'm going to hide the part that I played in it and center this around a social justice issue to take the focus off of me, which is exactly what the fuck she did. Which is exactly what she did from the very start. So if you even question the lies of her, period, it's you hate black women. So it's important to hate. It's important to note that Meg never and still hasn't to this day pressed charges. It was the state versus Tory. And then also too, because especially with some of the spiritual deep dives and whatnot that I be doing, y'all really don't know how corrupt these industries are. Like it's a reason why I started calling Hollywood Hollyweird, because it's very, 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 very corrupt. Like y'all don't even realize that there's so many private prisons and that Hollywood is what's funding the prisons. Even when it comes to like rap music and sending niggas a jet, and like it's so much that y'all do not know. And anytime you speak about certain shit, just know you have a hit out on you. Some people say they'll clone you. Some people say you could end up dead. Some people say you could end up with charges. But it's too many people at this point. It's too many people that have spoken up or out against the industry in some form or shape, whether it's Michael Jackson, whether it's Prince, whether it's Whitney Houston. All 3 deaths, which were, because that's a little too bit of a deep dive for YouTube, but all 3 deaths that were suspect, I'll put it that way. Whitney didn't commit suicide. She was murdered. So was Michael Jackson. So was Prince. But you can't have those situations where it's a Michael Jackson, a Prince, a Whitney, a Lizzo. Yeah, hell, even Lizzo and what's the boy from the Marvel movies that they were saying hit the white girl a couple of weeks ago? And then a Tory situation, like, because Tory was trying to put people on about how the industry really makes money. And he had cracked the code. And he was trying to go public with it to help artists out and stop making 2 cents off of albums that's getting 5 million streams. He had cracked the code. And it's crazy how shortly after, then all of this happens. Now, granted, there was still a gun involved. There's still bullets in the like. At the end of the day, all of that was still there. But the point that people are missing, because y'all keep glossing over it to go and do the whole protect Black women thing, is that Meg never once wanted to press charges. She never wanted to bring this case to the public records. She never wanted to speak up. It only happened because her record label forced all of it. So while y'all sitting here caping for this bitch who did not give a fuck in the beginning, because to her, she knew the part that she played in it, because I bet that ass sobered up real quick and realized what the fuck was going on when it was happening. But then it was out of her hands because the labels and the industry was already looking for a way to take him down. And I'm not that, listen, dude, because I know some people still gonna be listening right now, and y'all probably already got it in the comments. Oh, you caping for a Black man? Oh my God, like that. Fuck Megan, fuck Tory. Fuck everybody involved. I don't give a fuck. I don't know these people personally. I'm not trying to save a Black man or a Black woman. I'm trying to save humans. This shit is way deeper than this surface level shit that y'all are trying to make it. Like, Hollywood is fucking evil. And as long as y'all have known me to be trying to chase after a music career and do this, that, and the third, I'm trying to put y'all on game. All you got to do is a simple search on TikTok, and it will take you down thousands of rabbit holes of what the fuck is really going on. It don't matter whether or not he pulled out a gun and tried to shoot her. I don't care if he had the shit up to her head. I don't care if it was a simple situation of them fighting in the car, or them ordering pizza and then something happens and a domestic call is made. Like, take all the details out of the situation. The point is that it was still the perfect setup for the industry to go ahead and do what they was going to do. There's a reason why you don't see people coming out and supporting Meg. Again, y'all can say, oh, everybody a Tory Lanez supporter. I mean, I don't know too many people that have literally come out and say, I support Tory. I feel like I've seen more people just either stay silent or just be like, the case doesn't make sense. But the fact that there's so many people silent, that should say something. That should say something. That should say something. But let me keep it going. Point number 2084. Kelsey and Meg was also best friends for years, but look where they're at now. Why? Nobody's asking the right questions. How does what appears to be a long-lasting friendship turn so cold so quickly? Even if there was beef, how can you, as someone who was so loyal to someone for years, sit back and watch as someone you called a best friend suffer publicly? I mean, unless you know that your friend is full of shit, and despite her being injured, had she not started and escalated things, none of this would be happening today. Or maybe you found out secrets about how said friend had did you dirty, to where now you feel like you've gone through the ultimate betrayal, and now your payback is silence during this whole case, where your voice could determine whether or not she wins. And the next point, all in all, I felt like they was all lying. Okay, I still feel that way. I feel like they was all lying. I feel like they was all in cahoots, a collusion. Okay, as Drew would call it. If Tory intended to kill her, he would have. Okay, like directly aiming at Meg intentionally, he would have. But let's say hypothetically he was intentionally trying to kill her. Okay, then jail. If Tory shot aimlessly to scare her, okay, jail, but not as severe. Okay, like as an attempted murder charge, because that's different. And back then, I felt the same scenarios for Kelsey. And in my closing thoughts, I wrote, y'all have got to stop asking, why would such and such do blank? That doesn't make sense. Or this person doesn't seem like the type to ... Here's my thing with y'all. Y'all don't know people like you think you do. Look at the world that we live in. It's very unpredictable. Shit happens every damn day. Okay. Number 2, Meg protecting her shooter and lying. Who lies to protect someone that almost killed them? You have better chances with the cops than the near-death experience that you just had. So even if she was telling the truth, I'm sorry. Y'all know I think very differently. Still, girl, go seek help. Go seek therapy. You still a dumbass bitch. Because you're not going to tell me that somebody damn near had a gun in your head and you was about to die. And, oh, but I don't know what the police could do. Baby, if I got a gun to my head, matter of fact, I've had a gun to my head. I know what it's like for your life to flash right before your eyes. You're not going to sit and tell me or convince me any day that that's what happened. And then 3-4 years later, you wish he would have just killed you. Because that was another thing that she was saying. I wish he just would have killed me. Oh, because that was another thing that she was saying at the end of 2022 for sympathy. I wish he would have just killed me. Like, girl, please stop begging for sympathy from the court of public opinion. We can protect black women, but we can't protect black women. Who? Why? That's just how I feel. Details matter, and y'all can't keep glossing over important shit. Like the whole reason they got kicked out of Kylie's house was because Meg started turning up doing the most. Yeah, she got injured, but if you had a bigger part to play in everything, it was a catalyst to shit escalating. That matters. Because look at Rihanna and Chris Brown. Rihanna should not have gotten attacked. I think we can all agree on that. But it definitely changes the story when you find out that Rihanna was actually the one beating up on Chris first. And he only reacted due to his personal traumas. Because see, that's the part that y'all forget. That's the part that y'all forget. Like, it's always just about you and what you done going through. And then that's always your go-to excuse. But everybody got trauma. Everybody got trauma. So while Rihanna was sitting there beating up on Chris in that car that one night in 2009, baby, he reacted from his trauma. And guess what his trauma was? His trauma was when he saw his mother getting beat up by his stepfather. And I love Rihanna. I stand Rihanna. Favorite artist of all time. But at the end of the day, keep your hands to yourself. Everybody has trauma. It's no excuse. Okay? Like I say, he reacted due to his personal traumas, especially considering how now in 2023, that label of abuser is forever now stuck with Chris. Because it forever changed the trajectory of his life. Which again is my problem with the Meg and Tori situation. Because if this night had went one way and you glamorizing it as something else, that's dangerous as fuck. Because now Tori is going to forever be known as an abuser over something that could have been an accident that got out of hand. And all clues and all evidence points to that. Again, Meg never pressed charges. I would think that if somebody tried to take your life and damn near had a gun to your head as you want to keep putting it and said, dance, bitch, because that's what you went and told America. Okay? And then you set your ass down and lied to Gail, but then came back out and said, I wish you would have killed me. Why are you still press charges? I don't give a fuck what the state doing, baby. Okay, let me tap in. Let me get my turn next. But to this day, no, none of that. Irregardless, Meg shouldn't walk away unscathed for all her lying and her part. Especially if it comes out that she was accidentally wounded by a ricochet or her involvement was much worse and she's the reason all of this happened. This is what I said back in December. Which again, literally echoes the sentiments that Wack just made. You cannot claim that someone attempted to murder you and it happened completely different. Yes, we know she was murdered, but every last detail in this case matters. Just like if somebody finally whooped Academic's ass and he had to go to court for justice. Because every other week, Academic is going after somebody, and y'all keep saying, why is he only going off after women? Oh, Academics is the type in high school that used to be like, can I have a hug? And somebody needs to beat him the fuck up. Remember that y'all saying that, though. Remember that y'all saying that. Because it's the same shit as it applies to Meg and all of this. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how I feel. I guess y'all can let me know down in the comment box below. Truly as if I give a fuck, because I really don't, but you can. Come on, engagement. And definitely make sure that you stream my music, okay? As if you give a fuck. All right? I love those of y'all with a critical work and thinking brain and HD audio boat. And I will see y'all in the next one. Definitely make sure that you sign up for the Patreon and book a reading. Because motherfuckers keep commenting, asking, or it's telling me that they want to book a reading. Bitch, the shit is on screen. Okay? And it's in the description box. The Alana Souls to book you a personal reading. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye now.
I'm tryna fuck now, so baby, let's dance. Fuck up my baby right here on my legs, man.
I'm tryna take